This story was sent in by someone who swears it happened back in the summer of 1998. And after hearing it, you might think twice before stopping at the last gas station on a lonely road. This is the last gas station. I've never really talked about this out loud. Not to my friends, not even to my family. But lately, I've been seeing posts online about people finding places that don't exist. And I can't shake the feeling that I've been to one. My name's Eric, and this is what happened to me in the summer of 1998. I had just graduated from college and landed a small job offer in California. It wasn't much, but it meant leaving my hometown in Arizona. So I packed what little I had into my old blue Honda Civic and decided to drive there myself. No GPS back then. No smartphones, just a paper map and a few cassette tapes. The plan was simple. Leave early, reach Barstow by nightfall, stay at a motel, and continue the next morning. But around 8 p.m, I was still deep in the desert. The sun had already sunk below the hills, and the world outside had turned this dark shade of orange, fading into black. That's when I realized my gas gauge was nearly empty. It's the kind of panic that sneaks up slowly. First a little worry, then full-blown dread when the warning light starts blinking. No cars around, no lights, just desert. Then, like an answer to prayer, I saw a small metal sign on the roadside. It said, "Last gas station, 20 miles ahead." It was old and bullet-riddled, but I remember smiling in relief. After about 20 minutes, I saw it. A tiny gas station sitting alone under a flickering neon sign that simply read, "Gas." There was one pump, an old one with those rotating number dials. A pickup truck sat rusted near the side, its tires half sunk into the sand. I pulled in and killed the engine. For a while, I just sat there, listening to the ticking of the cooling engine and the dry wind brushing against the car. Then, from inside the small shop, a man stepped out. He looked to be in his 60s, thin, wearing oil-stained overalls and a faded baseball cap. He gave a small nod and said, "Traveling far?" "California," I replied. He nodded again, slow, like he'd heard that answer too many times. "Lot of folks pass through," he said. "Not all make it that far." I thought it was just small talk, maybe his dry humor. I laughed nervously. While he filled the tank, I got out to stretch my legs. The air was warm, but it felt strange, still, like the desert had stopped moving. That's when I heard it, a faint sound from behind the store. At first, I thought it was an animal, but then I realized it was a woman crying. It was soft, distant, but definitely human. I turned to the man. "Hey, is someone back there?" He froze, didn't even look at me. Just said, "Ain't no one here but me." His tone changed, quiet, tense. Then he handed me the receipt. "Careful on the road," he said. "Desert does strange things to folks at night." I didn't know what that meant, but I got back in my car and left. A few miles later, something didn't feel right. The road looked familiar. Then I saw it again. "Last gas station, 20 miles ahead." At first, I thought maybe there were 2 stations, but the further I drove, the more my chest tightened. And sure enough, 20 minutes later, there it was again. Same flickering neon sign, same rusted pickup, but no lights this time. The building looked abandoned. I pulled over, heart racing, and stepped out. The sand crunched under my shoes. Inside the small store, it smelled like dust and old oil. Everything was covered in grime, like it hadn't been touched in decades. And on the counter, I saw something that made my blood run cold. A receipt, just like the one I had in my car. Same handwriting, same total, but the date at the top said 1978. I turned around and noticed the wall behind the counter. It was covered with old Polaroid pictures, dozens of them. Each one showed a person standing beside their car in front of the gas station. Some looked like they were from the 60s or 70s, others more recent. And in the last photo, I swear on my life, was my car, my blue Honda Civic. Same license plate, same angle, like someone had just taken the photo hours earlier. I ran. I didn't even think. I just got in the car and floored it. But no matter how far I drove, the road looked the same, endless and empty. Then the radio crackled to life. A woman's voice whispered through the static, "You shouldn't have come back." I slammed it off. After what felt like hours, I saw another sign, but it was different this time. It said, "Welcome to Barstow." Just like that, I was back on the main highway. When I finally pulled into a motel parking lot, I was shaking. I got out, and that's when I saw it. On my dashboard, folded neatly, was that same receipt from the gas station. Only now, there was something written on the back. It said, "You made it out. Don't come back." I tried searching for that station the next morning. Locals told me there used to be one along that route, but it burned down in the late 70s. The owner and his wife had died in the fire. They said some travelers still see it when they run low on gas, especially if they're driving alone. I don't know what I saw that night, but every time I drive long distances now, I make sure my tank is full, because somewhere out there, in that stretch of desert between Arizona and California, there's a gas station that's still waiting for someone to stop. It's been more than 25 years since that night, but I still remember the smell of the desert air and the sound of those old gas pumps clicking in the dark. Sometimes when I drive long distances and I see a flickering light on the side of the road, I still slow down, just to make sure it's really there. I've told this story to my kids, and now my grandkids. Not to scare them, but to remind them that some things in this world don't need explaining. Whatever I saw that night at the last gas station, it wasn't meant for me to understand. So if you ever find yourself driving through an empty road at midnight, and you see an old gas station glowing in the dark, maybe just keep driving.